What's going on, y'all? So today we're going to be talking about Black Cat, the dev vision, and as well as looking over some of the patch notes. I'm going to be giving you guys my thoughts, my opinions, and honestly, I might have some hot takes. I'm not even going to waste any time. Let's go ahead and get into it. To be honest with y'all, I was really hoping that Black Cat would be a Vanguard, but honestly, something already told me that she was going to be a duelist, and that's perfectly fine. I'm not even gonna lie to y'all, she looks really fun to play. I mean, she kind of looks like a mixture of like Black Panther and White Fox a little bit. And the way that she's able to utilize her whip is disgusting. I'm not even going front. I also love the attention to detail from the devs, man. I just feel like they just don't miss. Like, they literally take their time with every little aspect and every detail. It's just crazy. I love how she's able to climb up the wall. Like, she climbs up the wall like a cat would, you know? Also, the way that she's able to close in on, targets that are like low health and people are not going to be able to run away from her. Her shift and her E together are going to be absolutely disgusting. I also really like the coin thing that's right next to her on the right side. I think that the currency system is crazy because I think it's based upon your eliminations as well as dealing damage and ability hits. In my personal opinion, man, I just think that this is a really cool system, and I think that they're kind of in a way using the same system as they did with Deadpool, except for like there's obviously going to be some major differences between the two. I'm just saying, just based off of my first impressions, that's what it kind of reminds me of. And me personally, I like the fact that they're trying different things with different characters, and like they're trying to try different mechanics and try different ways to play different characters. And I think that it's just such a beautiful thing that they're doing, and that they're not just trying to do the same thing over and over and over again. They're actually paying attention to the minute details, and I just love that. I also love the fact that the difference between Deadpool and Black Cat is that she's able to use like a currency-based shop to purchase powerful, temporary items and abilities. I just think that that's freaking cool, man. With her being able to like turn invisible for just a second, this character looks absolutely insane. And I think that she's going to be extremely powerful, especially in the right hands. Obviously, every character is going to be broken in some sort of way in the right hands, but her in particular, man, she's really going to shake up the game. I really, really feel like she's going to shake it up a lot. I also feel like her ultimate with those cards are really going to be broken, especially if you have people that are spaced out. Like if supports are way too far away from, the tanks, and you have them isolated or have any DPS for that matter in isolation, it's over with, bro. I definitely feel like she's going to be a solid hero, man. So shout out to the devs with this one. I think that they cooked. But now we're going to talk about the dev vision. Guang, you better not disappoint, brother. Also really enjoyed the storytelling aspect of Marvel Rivals as well, that they incorporate some sort of story as time goes on. And I think that the story gets better and better as time goes on too. So Black Cat, White Fox, and Captain America formed the new Lucky Lone team up. Oh man, this might be something crazy, bro. I think that it's cool that they're like trying different team ups as well. Like, I think that it's cool that that they're adding an ability for White Fox to heal and give movement speed. I thought that was pretty interesting. And then while like dealing damage, she also is able to slow people, man. That's kind of crazy. I also really like the fact that Cap's shield is going to be expanded as well. And also with his shield being able to bounce projectiles off of it, like where he's aiming at, is crazy. I'm also so glad to see that they're going to be adding more PvE content to the game, because I feel like this is the right game for that, and I think that they can really separate themselves by doing this on a more consistent basis. And I think that they're, just because of the lore and all of the events that have taken place, and also maybe they can just have their own original, spin on things, or, the possibilities are just endless with this game, man. Yo, I can't even lie. I can't believe Guang Guang literally sat up there and said as a young was sacrificing his hairline for this PvE mode, bro. I can't. So the new PvE mode is going to be available on April 23rd. It'll feature a new storyline, 4 epic boss battles, new hero progression and trade system, and a new loot system, man. That's pretty crazy, bro. I'm really excited to see what they do with this. I also like the fact that they're bringing in more events. I think that that's an awesome addition to the game. It's going to be for Gambit, Moon Knight, Emma Frost, and Phoenix. And I think that all of the skins look pretty decent. I also really appreciate the devs for giving us free skins and like always, doing some sort of event to keep us, to keep the player base grinding and to always have something to work for. They also noted that after the April 30th update, that is when the official date for Phase 1 of the Path of Doomsday will start. Now, of course, on to the patch notes. Of course, we have Black Cat coming to the game, new stories with Black Cat, as well as Spider-Man. And then I really like the ESU Open Day skins. I think it's with Mantis, Psylocke, and Squirrel Girl. I think that's pretty awesome. One of these skins I'm actually looking forward to is the Spider-Man Photographer Bundle. Not even a Spider-Man main, but I actually really like that skin a lot, and I think I might actually pick it up. I haven't seen the Blade one. Black Cat is getting a bundle and then a skin, I think. And then Psylocke's getting a skin, and then I believe that skin is actually going to be customizable, as well as like VFX and everything else like that. Also, make sure to collect your Twitch drops as they're free. I think the first one is going to be for Daredevil, I believe. And that's going to go from April 17th to May 15th. And then the next one is going to be for Gambit, I believe. And that's going to be from the 19th all the way until the 17th. Also, if you want a new Black Cat skin, then all you have to do is reach gold in order for you to claim it. So even if you're not a competitive player, you might as well go ahead and, try to grab that if you can. So for the patch notes, it seems like they're actually going to be buffing Emma Frost, as a matter of fact. All they're doing to her is basically just requiring less energy for you to be able to use her ultimate more. So, I guess it's cool. I feel like some of these changes sound better on paper than what they actually do, or how they perform in game. So I guess we're going to have to wait to see how that goes. They're also going to be nerfing Deadpool, the Vanguard version, which honestly I feel like Tank Pool is and has been pretty strong since he's came out. But particularly this season, he's really, really separated himself. And I told y'all that he was strong. I kept saying it over and over and over again. And people finally started catching on, man. I'm trying to tell y'all. But I still think that he's still going to be pretty strong. Obviously, I don't think that he's going to be S tier, but I do think that that he's still going to be pretty strong. I don't think that this nerf is really going to... It's going to do something, but I don't think it's going to do as much as people think, to be honest. I kind of feel like for both the buff and the nerf for Penny is going to be interesting, and I think that this is going to have to be something that I might have to see in game, because I think... it's interesting that they're nerfing her base health, but they're also buffing other things in her kit. And so I'm curious to see how that one's going to work. I'm not 100% about how I feel about that change, but we'll have to see. As far as Elsa goes, I think that she needed some nerfs all around. I think that she was absolutely broken. And I tried telling y'all that she was going to be a problem, and she was. So I think that this is an overall decent nerf to her. But again, like I said, we're going to have to see how all of these changes are going to be in game, because like I said, on paper it sounds good, but then when you get in game it could be something completely different. So personally, I feel like Torch has been pretty bad for quite some time now, and I think that they needed to buff him a little bit. And like I said, I can't wait to see how he's going to be in game too, because I feel like out of all of the characters on the roster, he's definitely one of the weakest. So with the changes to Bucky, I think that he's been pretty strong for quite a while. He got a very much needed nerf. I think that was the right move by the devs, and I'm thank God that they're like at least trying, you know what I mean? So, but we're going to see how that plays out. I do like the small change to Adam Warlock as well. I think that he's really good, actually. I think that he's pretty underrated in triple support. If you're ever running triple support, I think that he's a pretty good pick. Of course, obviously, it depends on the comp, but I do think that them just tweaking him a little bit is actually really good. Even though the slight nerf to CND is good, I think that that it was necessary, because I do believe that her ult has gone, like the duration of it is a little bit too long, and it obviously is the longest support ult in the game. So, but I'm glad that they actually have reduced that, because I do think that it was a little excessive. Actually, I'm not gonna lie to you, it's extremely excessive. So, I think that, to be honest, I also agree with what a lot of like higher level players are saying, that that I think healers in general need to like not heal as much, you know. I think that would be a good universal change as well. As far as Jeff goes, I think that this is just like a slight nerf. I don't really feel like it's going to affect them too much. I do like, you know, just a little bit of buff to Luna Snow. I do think that she's a little bit on the weaker side. Like, I'm not saying that she's, you know, super crazy or anything like that, but I do think that it was just a little bit. I think that buff was just a little bit necessary, to be honest with you. And then lastly, with Ultron, I think that there's some people that are probably going to be really upset about it, but I got to be honest, I don't feel like his ultimate is going to be that crazy. But I'm curious to hear you guys' thoughts. How do you feel about the patch notes? How do you feel about season 7.5? Are you excited for Black Cat? Do you think that she's going to be overpowered? Let me know in the comments how you're feeling, and if you want me to do more videos like this, make sure to leave a like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell for all future videos. I already told y'all a lot of content is coming from me, and I'm not lying about it. So just wanted to say thank you for your support. God bless every single one of you, and have a great day.